This is Matrix Lord 212, and I'm going to discuss in Doctor Who the 11th hour again. And what I'm going to talk about right now is I believe that the Silence went inside the Tardis when it crashed at Amelia Pond's house. While Amelia was trying to feed the Doctor, it was like a half-hour time period. The Silence definitely went inside the TARDIS. And what happened was that the moment the TARDIS became aware of the Silence presence, the cloister bell went off, and then the Doctor had to return to the TARDIS. But I'm almost sure that the Silence did go into the TARDIS because the TARDIS doors were wide open, and it was on the ground. I'm pretty sure that they went inside the TARDIS, and somehow every place that the Doctor went, they left the TARDIS. Probably a whole bunch of Silence went, and everywhere that they went, the Silence left the TARDIS and stood behind. I also believe that this could be an abandoned timeline. This could be the Master's continued timeline, but with the only difference that the world continued while the Master and Lucy Saxon returned to the real reality. So, you know, an example of this is Saxon on the fire engine. You know, it could be Saxon's world without Saxon. So a lot of interesting things about the 11th hour. We had a weeping angel in New York City. For 1 second we saw it towards the end. You have to freeze frame it because I was watching it on my laptop. So a lot of awesome things. What are the notes that I have on here that I forgot to mention? Oh, if you notice too, there was no ducks in a duck pond, but when the Doctor said duck pond, so it was like he sent Amy Pond. He sent Pond a message to duck, so it was like a little thing for duck pond, like a joke. And also a hidden clue is Saxon on a fire truck could mean Saxon is lost in fire, as in the Master is lost in fire, like Fire's Pompeii. He's with Gallifrey, and the Time Lord's lost in fire. So the Master will return. If you look too much into it, I mean, there's so many different clues in here about future episodes. I mean, they mentioned Pandora Opens, Big Bang, Girl Who Waited, you know, and you know, the split second that you get to see that Amelia opens up her eyes, young Amelia, after waiting for the Doctor in the daylight, and the Doctor, he hears the TARDIS. So, you know, there was also the timeline where he picked her up and put her in the house when it was nighttime. So basically, I think we're up to 3 or 4 different realities for Amy Pond that she would have to remember. And after a while, there's going to be so many realities that she may go mad. I mean, well, she said 4 different psychiatrists, so maybe that could mean there's 4 different timelines. I don't know, but already we have the original timeline where he visits Amelia Pond, and then he never returns until 12 years later. Then we have a new timeline where he did visit her, Amelia Pond, in the daylight after she slept all night. We have a third timeline where he visited her at night and brought her back into the house to sleep, and then he mentions stories about the TARDIS, which was the universe of the Big Bang, where her parents are back. So that's the third timeline. And the fourth timeline was the Wedding River song, you know, that reality. So there's basically 4 timelines so far, I believe, and it is the Doctor's fault that the timelines have been changing. For some reason, the TARDIS probably would alert him to that fact, but because it's been overrun by Silence, you know, it's probably the warning system is off. Maybe the cloister bell is off, and when it comes to that aspect. We have seen many different people in the TARDIS look in fear, as in the Lodger. You know, Amy Pond did look in fear, and you know, we did hear like silence noises, and even in the Pandora Opens there was the silence in the background too, that we saw a little bit. So we have to go back and we have to look at Series 5 first. And we have to rewatch each episode so we can find all these wonderful clues that Stephen Moffat has left for us. You know, this must be like maybe the 10th time or 15th time I watched like the 11th hour. I mean, I watched it so many times, and every time I watch it, there's something new. I mean, now I'm getting pads and I'm writing stuff down because it's so ridiculous. I mean, how could I miss a weeping angel in the episode, or I mean, we hear the bird tweets, so, and then the Saxon name. I mean, I saw that when they were filming the 11th hour. People put stuff on YouTube, oh, that, you know, was Saxon on the license plate, or Saxon on this, and I thought it was a joke, and I never took it seriously, and so I actually saw the episode and saw the Saxon name on the fire engine. So it's real. I mean, you don't just have that name on the fire engine for no reason. It's not a joke. Just like the 1990s name badge is not a joke. I mean, something is definitely going on. So far, folks, I count 4 timelines and counting. And please leave your comments below. Please subscribe and like my channel, and I'll talk to you later.